Hello and welcome to the 9 News Business Buzz. I'm Ryan Frazier, 9 News business expert. In 2018, Colorado designated 126 opportunity zones, federal census tracts where investors could get major capital gains tax relief for putting money into lower income communities. For most of the program's life, the capital that showed up mostly went into real estate. But Colorado is about to hit the reset button. The state is redesignating its opportunity zones for the first time in nearly a decade. And the new version is designed to get more money moving into operating businesses, not just buildings. Jeff Kraft is the Deputy Director of OEDIT. That's the Colorado Office of Economic Development and International Trade. And he has been inside this program pretty much since day one. Jeff, welcome on the program.
Ryan, great to be here to talk about opportunity zones.
Now, you've shared with us some striking numbers. There's over 1,400 census tracts in Colorado. Only about 350 of those are eligible, and the governor can pick roughly 87, I believe, Jeff. That makes these zones a very scarce resource. What is the state looking for when it comes to deciding which of the 87, if you will, neighborhoods and census tracts will make that cut?
Well, there's a few factors, Ryan. One of them is we're looking for zones that are economically distressed, but have the potential to successfully attract and absorb investment. So there's kind of a Goldilocks effect, not too cold, not too hot. We also want to be fair to the entire part of the state. So we want to have zones from the core cities in the Front Range to all over rural Colorado. And we really want to hear from individual communities, community members, neighborhood associations, small businesses, real estate developers, local government officials. They know their communities better than anybody else. And so we'll be gathering information over the next 3 or 4 months to help Governor Polis select the right communities that have investable projects and a desire to see new investment come into their communities.
Yeah, Jeff, now, a lot of folks, for our viewers, may or may not understand why these have significance. And I think it's important to maybe stress that these zones, which will be redesignated later this year and the beginning again of January of 2027, allow investors to take capital gains, so from the sale of a business or sale of stock or other forms of capital gains, and invest those into real estate or operating businesses. And there are certain tax benefits. The goal is to drive more investment into lower income communities. That's the goal. So let me keep the questions going here with you, Jeff. Now, the first version of this program was heavily real estate focused. You've been clear that this redesign is also about helping ensure qualified opportunity zone businesses that operate in opportunity zones, that can create jobs, get the opportunity to woo more investment. How is OEDIT structuring the nomination process this time to ensure we aren't just building apartments and multifamily, but are fueling Colorado startups and small businesses?
Well, OEDIT is working to make sure as many people in Colorado know about this opportunity, including small businesses. And we offer a range of support for small businesses to help them become investment ready so they can be ready to attract equity investments. Remember, opportunity zones are patient capital. A small business that gets an investment, that partner that's investing holds the investment for at least 10 years to realize the capital gains. So the business has to be really ready to execute a strong business plan, grow their revenue, and add value to their business to make it attractive to an investor.
Yeah, well, and even the event that I had the pleasure of attending with you all just last week, where OEDIT, alongside the Aya Foundation, in terms of that outreach in the community, it was focused on what's happening with opportunity zones, the process, and specifically engaging different demographics throughout the Colorado community to get their input and drive awareness so that they're part of this process, and it helps inform you all's process overall, but also the governor's ultimate decision on this, which I want to give you kudos for, because I think that's absolutely essential part of making these opportunity zones work better for more people. Now, Jeff, this is time sensitive. The window opens in July. Now, if I'm a local mayor, a small business owner, or a resident in a place like Aurora or a rural county like Huerfano, as I like to say, how do I make my voice heard to ensure my neighborhood is considered and hopefully makes the cut?
It's a great question, Ryan. We have a whole range of different possibilities for doing that. First of all, I'd like to plug the OEDIT website, oedit.gov/OZ for opportunity zones. Go there and you can get information on the opportunity zone process. We'll be having a series of regional meetings around Colorado, from Denver to Grand Junction to Colorado Springs to the Eastern Plains. So come to our meetings and talk about us. But we know not everybody can show up at a meeting. So go to our website, sign up for our newsletter, and as soon as the Treasury, the U.S. Treasury, releases the list of eligible zones, which could happen any day, we'll also put those zones on our website and have a tool available for any Coloradan who wants to give us feedback as to why we should designate a certain zone. So we'll have community outreach, we'll have webinars, and we'll also have a tool to provide online feedback. We'll synthesize all of that information plus economic data from the Census Bureau and other sources and create a list of potential nominees for Governor Polis.
Yeah. Now, I think it's important for folks to remember this opportunity zones. These aren't new. We have opportunity zones 1.0, which is what we've had up until recently. Opportunity zones 2.0 is this new program. Talk to me, Jeff, just a little bit about what you hope, if you will, investors will consider as they take a look at opportunity zones here in Colorado.
Yes, well, investors, we hope that and Colorado did a really good job of this the first time around. We actually had the second highest percentage of our zones receive investment. So we hope that investors will think about what kind of sectors they want to invest in, from manufacturing to outdoor recreation to Main Street businesses, and they'll seek out those communities. Some of them are easy to find on the Front Range in Denver or Colorado Springs, but others are, as you alluded to, rural communities in southeastern Colorado or Trinidad in the San Luis Valley. They'll find those communities that have opportunities, and they'll make their investments in those communities that fit with the investors' desired outcomes.
87 opportunity zones for the entire state. That is a narrow window for a massive opportunity. Jeff Kraft with OEDIT, thanks so much for joining us and sharing the update. If you want your neighborhood on that map, make sure you go to oedit.gov/OZ so that you can have input. Sign up for the newsletter and give them your feedback before the July window opens.